What's up guys, and welcome to my HTML beginners course, lesson number 1, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create an HTML file and work around it. Now let's get started. Alright, now if you don't have VS Code installed, then go check out my other video on how to do it, but if you do, go to your desktop and create a folder called HTML or whatever you want, and then open your VS Code and then drag and drop it there, as you can see, like that. And if that didn't work for some reason, you can go up here, click on File, and open folder, and then find it and open it from there. Now that the folder is opened, as you can see right here, the name of this folder is the same as the folder here. And now we're ready to create the HTML file. And to do that, you're going to want to open this up. And if you don't see the Explorer, you could just click here. And it should be open, but if it's not, click here. And now to create the file, you're going to want to click on this right here and call it index.html. Or you can call it anything else, like, let's say, home.html. It really doesn't matter, but it has to end with period .html. But I'm going to use index.html because when you upload your code to a site, it's going to look for a file called index.html. And if you don't have one, then you're most likely going to have errors. And basically, when you name a file index.html, you're telling developers and websites that that's going to be your main file. And yeah, so I suggest you to get used to having your home page or your main page called index.html. Now that we've created the HTML file, we can write something in it. So I'm going to write hello and then world, and then save it by going into file and then save, or using the shortcut, which is Control S. As you can see, nothing happened, and the way to actually see it is by right clicking and then opening it with live server. And if you don't have that feature, then you need to install an extension. To do that, you're going to want to go here, go to the last one, click it, and then search up here, live server, and then install it. And as you can see, if I change this to hello and then save it, nothing's gonna happen, and it's because I need to go here and reload it. But this is basically it for the text, but that's not actually how we structure an HTML file, and we actually do it like this. And I know this looks scary, but I'm actually gonna go over it in a second. Alright, now to get started, you're going to want to press opening tag, exclamation mark, and hit enter. And if it doesn't autocomplete, then just write it down. And I'm going to make this bigger for you guys so you can see better. Now, what this is it's code that tells the web browser that this document type is an HTML file. And that's it. Now, after you wrote that down, hit enter, and then opening tag again, and then write HTML, closing tag, and it should autocomplete here. Now, this is going to be the most important tag right here because this is where your actual code is going to go. And for every element, you're going to have this opening one and then the closing one. And the closing one is always going to have this right here before the element. So, yeah. Now, what goes after the HTML? We have the head and we got the body. So, you don't have to actually do this. You could just write head, press enter, and it should do it by itself. Head, and then right here we have the body too. And I'm actually going to go into a little more details right now. Head is where you put links and scripts and things like that, and you also put the title. So let's do it. So write title, hit enter, and I'm gonna name it HTML. Name it whatever you want, but I'm gonna name it HTML lesson number 1. And then once you hit enter, control and save, we can open the live server. Oops, I don't know why it's small again. The live server, and as you can see right here, this is the title. So you've set the title now. Now the body is where you put elements, and elements are basically things like text, inputs, buttons, links, etc. And let's actually put a text. This element is called a heading, and to put it down, you're gonna want to type H1, hit enter, and then let's write down heading. Now let's open this with live server again, and then look at it. As you can see, it's a lot bigger than just writing down um, here. Let's see, where is it? Right here. It's a lot bigger because this is actually an element, and that's just plain text. And um, there's actually 5 headings, and I'm gonna show you this right now. And you can do this with me if you want. So there's 1, 3, 4, 5, and we have to rename these. So basically, the bigger they get, the bigger the number, the smaller they are. And it only applies to headings, and there's only 5, like I said before. And I'm gonna do this right here, and then I'm gonna show you guys right here. As you can see, now heading isn't the only text element there's actually P, which stands for paragraph. So I'm gonna actually show you the difference between a heading and a paragraph. Um, Now let's open it with live server. There we go. And as you can see, the heading is a lot bolder and bigger than the paragraph. And there's actually span, which is really similar to paragraph because they basically look the same. Now, as a challenge to see if you guys remember what I went over, I'm gonna want you to make a heading and call it the day that it is for you today. So for me, it would be Monday, and for you, it could be Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. And then under it, make a paragraph and then just write things that you did today. Now, I'm gonna give you some time to pause this video, and once you're done, then just hit play and see if you did it correctly. All right, let's get started. So make a heading 1. I'm gonna call it Monday, save it, and then under it, make a paragraph, and then just things that I did today. I'm not gonna actually write this down because it's gonna take a while, so I'm gonna just do gibberish and save it. Now, I haven't told you this, guys, yet, but it's actually really important, and the order of the code matters a lot because if I put the paragraph on top of the heading and then save it, as you can see, it's on top of it now. So when you write the code, always be aware of the order you put the elements in. Now I'm gonna actually show you a shortcut which I use at the beginning of the video. So I'm gonna hit Control A to select all and delete it. You guys don't have to do this. I just want to show you a shortcut for all of the HTML structure to make it a lot quicker. To do that, you're gonna want to hit exclamation mark, and then it should be the first one, but if it's not, then it's probably the second one, but it's usually the first one. So hit enter, and as you can see, that's the bone structure. Now what I like to do is I like to select the body, and I mean, yeah, the body and the head, and then hit tab to make it like this, to keep it neat basically. And all this stuff right here, it really doesn't matter. And for the HTML file, this right here, it just kind of says what language we're using. And you don't have to use this. But yeah, so look, if I delete this, nothing's gonna happen. And when I reload, nothing happened, as you can see. Sorry, I forgot to mention, but when you have an element and you write something in it, so let's say Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday is fine. And if I go between and hit enter and save, as you can see, it doesn't go under it. Now, it's because VS Code and other editors, they don't save the space basically. They don't, because, they don't show the space. So what you're gonna want to do is just write BR and then enter, and that stands for break. And if you hit enter, as you can see. Alright guys, this is gonna be the end for the first lesson, and if you really enjoy this video and you want to see more content like this, more tutorials, more uh, lessons, then sub to the channel and leave a like. And if you have any more questions, then comment down below and I'll try to answer them. But yeah, see you in the next lesson.